It's time for Mike and Matt in the morning.
That's a front to back album for me.
I need that album on vinyl badly.
I love this album. I love everything by them.
Oh, we're back. Like Pop Punk's back.
Our ska savior is back.
This is blowing my mind right now.
Dude, this is it. Buckle the fuck up.
It's Mike and Matt in the morning. Good morning. What's going on?
Oh, trying to create a list of songs to listen to, and I just want to put so many more songs on there. Also, my kids are screaming outside of that door right over there.
That's okay.
What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot outside of, you know what today is. I know you know. It's your boy's birthday, and what a better way to hang out than last time. In the last episode, we came to the realization and said we should do an episode solely about intro songs to albums.
Right.
And so here we are. And I don't know about you, it was very difficult for me to not list 50 on here.
Yeah.
And I think with ease, it could have been almost every single Blink opener from Carousel all the way through like Feeling This are solid track ones without a doubt.
Is that like an original 1999 Blink shirt?
It is admittedly a recreation. I will send you the account on Instagram. He purposely remakes and reprints to a T the old shirts. So like all the shirts that we were probably wearing extra smalls of back in the day.
Yep.
Now I can rebuy all of them.
Or if you go far enough back, still not large, not like extra large, but like baggier if you go far enough back,
Yeah,
90,
exactly.
95, 96, 97. I was wearing probably mediums and larges, but I was swimming in them.
Yeah.
With my Jenkos.
With the largest pockets ever. You could store a 2-liter of Mountain Dew Code Red in there with ease.
I was never really a Code Red guy. I was a Mountain Dew purist.
Original?
Sure.
It is the best one, but yeah.
I don't think I've ever had a Mountain Dew in 10 or 15 years.
Really?
And I probably need to change that sometime soon. Just,
There's one within reach right here. I got a Baja Blast sitting in this koozie.
Is that true? I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
There's a Baja Blast right there.
Mike, because it's your birthday, I'm gonna pick on you just a little bit.
Please do.
How old are you today?
I am turning 40.
You're turning 40. And remind us, I know you just told us, what are you drinking right now?
A Mountain Dew Baja Blast on my birthday.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. You got to stay young somehow,
It's the one thing. There was a string of years where I went, I got to cut it out with like pop, soda, whatever you want to call it. And then kind of recently I went, you know what, dude? Every once in a while, treat yourself. Let yourself have a dang pop or something like that. So
wow.
I do.
You're a wild man.
I'm nuts. Look at me. Middle of the day.
Life's short. Drink Mountain Dew.
Exactly. It preserves me or something.
I was gonna say it's like embalming fluid,
Exactly. Yeah.
Love it.
It was either that or a triple IPA with an ABV of 11%. So
I think you could have done that as well. It's
either one.
It's first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah. Good morning.
Have your morning beer.
Absolutely. Beer for breakfast.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share before we get rolling about your process, what you picked, or do you want the songs to just come up and we'll see?
Yeah, I mean, I'll I'll speak for a moment. Like you said, it was difficult. I just kept adding things, knowing that I was going to have to cut way back. I didn't even really get a chance to go into like some of my favorite bands or favorite albums because I was just sort of going through Spotify. I don't have like it organized very well. I don't often, save or like or whatever it's called, albums there because I know where they are. I know how to find them. I know how to spell sometimes. So I was just going through whatever like just happened to be in there, and I just kept finding stuff where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I never really thought about it, but that is a great, intro song, opening song, whatever. And then all of a sudden I had 40 songs added to this playlist and knew I couldn't do that. So as I was cutting back, I was cutting back things that I was like, I don't love this whole album, right? So some of my criteria, and that may not be true. I may be, found out to be a liar once we actually start listening to these. But one of the criteria, I believe, was I have to really enjoy the album. It doesn't need to be a front to back album, but it needs to be real close. And then beyond that, it was not necessarily like my favorite bands or favorite albums, just things that I was happening to come across and felt were really strong. As we were starting this, you had sent over like the super long list and that you had created at first. And American football was on there, and you had mentioned, I was glad to see that you added it on there. And then I revealed that I had taken it off. The reason I took it off, not because I don't think it's better or at least as good as all of my other choices. I just think that song is better than just an intro, like an opening song. It almost feels like too good of a song to be classified as just that, I guess. I don't know. It's
interesting.
That's one of, I don't know, in terms of alternative, emo, Midwest, whatever you want to classify American football as, Nevermind is like, it almost transcends like, I don't know. It's one of the greatest songs in that genre. So I felt like it was just more than just an intro song.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna save this story really quick for when we listen to Never Met, but since it's off the list, I'll just say really quick. I saw a live video somewhat recently, within like the last couple years. I want to say American football was playing at a festival in Australia, I believe. And the stage there is very, very unique, where the band is up on the stage. The crowd is down here, but there's actually a purposefully built-in stage diving ledge that the crowd is welcome to jump up on there, stage dive off of it, dance around on it. They rip into Neverment, and the crowd, I would like to refer to it as like, respected the hell out of the song. They weren't moshing, but like 100 people got on that ledge and were just bouncing along with it the whole time. I'm like, never did I think would I see soft stage diving during American football, but it was happening.
Soft stage diving.
Yeah.
I mean, now that you're 40, that's all that you have anymore.
That's all I can do. Yeah. Everything will shatter if I do anything more.
Yeah. I took half of Monday off because of a hamstring / knee issue. So I'm right there, maybe a little bit behind you, but not by much.
There we go. What do you say? You want to get rolling on these?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So let's see here. As always, let me know if you can hear it, but we'll go in.
Also, I'm excited about this.
Oh, there is a
Whoops, I just lost you.
Oh, I can still hear you.
There you are.
Okay. There's a purposeful reason why I put this song first. not only have we talked about this song, you and I, in the past, but I recently saw an interview with Ace, and he was talking about the recording process and the creation of The Room's Too Cold. And he even said himself that they knew and purposely put this number one as like, this is going to be weird that we are putting our soft acoustic song first. But that was the kind of thought around the whole album where he's like, we weren't sitting there with the thought of like, oh, this is going to like change the landscape of music. But he's like, we wanted to purposely make a kind of different album. So he's like, we're popping Ever So Sweet as track 1 right here. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
For our 1, maybe 2 listeners, Mike O'Mara here once sang this to me in my parents' basement. So, I'll never forget that.
I believe when we are talking about me joining the Radish crew, you said it was a requirement that I do that again. Yeah. So,
and we haven't gotten there yet. So I mean,
time's ticking.
Yeah, man. Baked it in cakes for me.
So I'll tell you a little bit about where my editing of my list came from. And it differs a little bit from yours because I was thinking a lot of these songs very much are not only intros, of course, but they are very, very often the song if somebody went, I've never listened to the Early November before. It's probably these songs that I would send somebody to go, this will give you a great idea of what they're all about. And an additional step further, I thought it was a great way to go, now you got a taste of what the album's going to be. I think they like the songs I picked, at least I think, give you a great feel of like, this is what you're about to get into if you continue listening beyond this point right here.
So that I went through, right? Like I adhered to kind of that. It is interesting that we kind of took it in different directions though. Like I didn't want something to be, too good of a song. It was like the most popular song on the album. Like I was kind of trying to stray, away from that. But definitely a number of these, this is a great intro to what to expect from this album, at least, right? Like that's a common theme throughout mine, for sure.
Absolutely. And I don't know, not only those, but I do think without dissecting the whole discography, is this probably the easiest answer to say this is their best song? I would think so. And they always close with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's up there.
Yeah.
I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for I Want to Hear You Sad.
That is a great song. Yeah.
It's like the little muted guitar, whatever
little
that
harmonics.
is. Like, yeah. I just always thought that was kind of unique for a band in that era of that, like whatever you want to call it, emo.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Next up. What are your feelings on Fall Out Boy?
Don't love them.
Okay. I had a strange feeling. We've never talked about them, only for the reason of our friend Alex hates them, and it drives him nuts that I like Fall Out Boy.
It doesn't. Sorry, I don't.
No.
I mean, I do mean to interrupt you. Obviously, I'm doing it. Like, it doesn't drive me nuts that you enjoy it and get joy out of it. Like, I'm happy about that. I've never been able to really. Just something about them. Just
really.
It's one of those things, Like, I just want to punch the whole band in the face, and I'm not a really violent person, mostly because I'm weak, but just never been able to just do it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'll say I don't know if you agree, but somewhere in the extreme early 2000s, like a range of like 2000 to 2002, I'll say, I think was a little bit of a dark time of pop punk. I feel like a lot of us were listening to a lot more emo stuff, as it would be designated. Okay. So we were listening to your Taking Back Sundays and whatnot and stuff like that. I remember being freshman year of college and hearing Dead on Arrival play, and I went, "Oh, we're back! Like pop punk's back, kind of thing. Who is this band?" And so I feel like they, almost in a way, in my eyes, kind of reignited pop punk, just because obviously Blink was and still is such a huge influence to everybody. Everybody wanted to be Blink. I do think Fall Out Boy emerging and people going, "Oh, this is something new. Let's try to jump onto this as well," where I think a lot of other pop punk bands kind of heard it, jumped on the bandwagon a little bit, got it reignited a little. Just to me, it seems like a little bit of a milestone point with this album.
Yeah, that's interesting. I definitely, in my head, would classify them as pop punk more than emo, but they're still like in that kind of like emo vein.
Oh yeah,
which a lot of pop punk is, right? You know, I mean, Blink has a song called Emo, right? Yeah. Like, which, funny enough, this is a little embarrassing to admit, but back then, for whatever reason, me and my buddy Dan pronounced it emo because we didn't.
I didn't know what it was either. I don't know if I pronounced it emo, but I remember reading it on the back of Dude Ranch and going, "Whatever that means."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what this is. I didn't associate it with the word emotional for sure.
No, you know? I didn't know what that was at the time. Are you familiar with The Dangerous Summer at all?
So the name sounds familiar. I don't believe I am.
So you might dig this part. There's singer AJ. He sings and plays bass. A self-admitted, mentions them constantly, huge Angels and Airwaves fan. There is so much throughout the entire discography of The Dangerous Summer is nothing but beautiful delay guitar parts slapped all over it. Just nice, lush textures slapped on top of it. But this is their first full-length album. They had an EP prior to this, but this was the second song I ever heard from them. First one being The Permanent Rain, it's called. But I remember downloading this album when it came out. It is a front-to-back album for me. There's not a single change I would make to it. I've seen them live numerous times. People go nuts for this song all the time when they rip into it. And I just think they're still making new music, but this first album, man, it was just like lightning in a bottle. They just nailed it with these 10 songs.
Yeah. I'm trying to put my finger on what it really reminds me of, but I think it's probably just like 6 or 7 bands, kind of like not like, oh, this sounds exactly like them. It's like, it just reminds me of like that era, I guess. I can't quite. I mean, like Angels and Airwaves, like
Another thing to point out, just in case you ever do maybe listen to them a little bit more, for the EP, this first album, and the album after this called Warpaint, was their original drummer. Tyler, I believe his name was. I wish he never left the band. I don't know if he left, was kicked out, whatever. There is no other drummer like him that I've ever heard, where it's one of the only albums where I actually focus on the drums a little bit more, because once you start hearing what he's doing, he's very intricate and complex, and I've seen him play live and watched videos of him. Very rarely is it a straightforward beat. He's always throwing something else into it the whole time, and it's just very interesting to like take a peek at what he's doing.
I mean, this reminds me of like that time frame. I mean, bands like this that had decent drummers, like, this is what I would expect from it. It definitely, and you would know better than I, but your buddy Sean Stoyle, it reminds me of his style, honestly. Like, at least that song, right? I always thought that he was very good, but like tastefully good. Like, it was complex and intricate, but it didn't overpower a song. It complemented it really nicely.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And it's funny enough, I was literally thinking about when even pre-high school bands and Sean and Ryan and I were jamming out. I was truly thinking like a week or two ago, I go, it's insane to me to think that not only were we just messing around in his garage, and we didn't have real instruments at the time. We were literally like hitting overturned buckets just to like come up and stuff like that. But there was a stretch of time where I wanted to be the drummer.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I was dead set on it. And then my mom went, how much does a drum set cost? She's like, no, kind of thing. So I started playing guitar then. But
we'll get you a guitar, Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Dude, postal service. Like, this is also my favorite song of theirs. Not only the opener, it is my personal song that I consistently come back to. I have never ever listened to this song and went, ooh, it's kind of losing its sheen a little bit. I think to me, it's quite timeless. We are listening to it now. It has to be 20 years past, because when did it come out? 03?
03, I think it was. Yeah, so 22 years.
This could come out today, and I think would it have the same punch as it did? I don't think so. I think I could get lost in the mix a little bit. Obviously, Ben Gibbard being a part of it.
But to me, it would, and I would bet to you it would still have that same punch.
Oh, yeah.
Just not, it wouldn't have maybe necessarily, like the... And I mean, was this all that popular, or did we just hang out with kind of like nerdy losers who like stuff like this? I don't know. So
I wonder that not only just about this album, but about other bands that we liked back in the day. I don't know if you recall the band called Number One Fan.
Yeah.
Okay. We all loved them. I could text somebody right now about Number One Fan, and they go, oh man, I love It's Happening. I love The Distance. We could talk about songs. I don't think they were big outside of our weird bubble.
Yeah.
Dude, no one talks about them anymore. I search online. I've tried to message the singer of Number One Fan. He has not gotten back to me because I need that album on vinyl badly. So anyway, but at least in our bubble of friends, it just felt like every single person was talking about the Postal Service, and everyone was on board with that.
Yeah.
Like, there was no question whatsoever. And because I saw down here, you have this. I do want to make a note, unless you want me to hold off until we get to Death Cab.
No, that's fine.
I, at first, did not like Transatlanticism when it came out.
Really?
And
that's a front to back album for me.
I have wildly warmed up to it over time, where I go, I just think I wasn't ready for it at the moment. Yeah. It took me listening to this album to get me into Death Cab.
Oh,
it took me going, okay, this is Ben. I like his voice a lot. Let me dive back into this again, kind of thing. And that's
I want to, and I'm sorry, we're moving on to another song, but I want to, Postal Service, you'd mentioned like this is, like that's like your favorite song on, like of them. And I don't know that I've ever listened to just one song off of that album. I've always listened to at least mostly, like obviously you get busy, it made whatever, but like that's like an album listen 100% of the time if you have the time.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like I don't put any one of their songs on a playlist. I just listen to the album straight, front to back.
Yeah. So. You search for it and you just hit play and let it ride.
Right.
Yeah. Dude.
I fucking love Rufio, dude. I think they are like the perfect pop punk band.
And wildly underappreciated.
Yeah.
I've posted stuff on TikTok about them, and it does not, I don't have a lot of followers on there, but
not yet.
Not yet. In reverse, if I posted something about something corporate and people went, they're like, oh my God, I love SoCo. Lots of people commenting on it. Rufio, maybe 2 people. One person with the same exact sentiment of like, oh man, I love Rufio. No one talks about them. And another one that said, I forgot this band existed.
I'm the first one. Like that one person, it's actually me. So that doesn't really count.
There are other technical punk bands out there like this, but they're the first ones to me that I ever heard do something like this, where I'm like, oh, not only are you doing the drum beat that I love, but you guys are absolutely shredding on top of it. I know some people don't like Scott's voice. I have 0 issue with it whatsoever.
I love it. It's like, I don't know, it's like it's perfect for the time frame, it's almost like the quintessential pop punk voice, like little whiny, little high pitched, like I love this album. I love everything by them.
Oh yeah.
They can do no wrong in my eyes. Well,
there might be
it's pop punk, maybe they could.
Who knows? Yeah, there's always a chance, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
I want to say we played a show at Classic Rocks one time, and some other band we played with covered Tears off this album. I don't know why. It always sticks out to me because I'm like props to you guys for covering any Rufio song. Like
right.
That's a hill I wouldn't climb.
The drummer's forearms are just burning.
Just smoking. Oh, all right. Saves the day. This song, and I feel like I might have alluded this to you in the past, but if not, I'll reiterate this. There are occasional moments that I vividly remember listening to a song the first time ever. This is one of them. Another banner one is the first time I ever heard Damn It.
Yeah.
And the only way I can form words to explain what's going on when I hear this is like a new channel in my brain has been created and a connection where I go, this is blowing my mind right now. This is exactly what I needed to hear here, right now.
Yeah.
And I'm even trying to think if I ever listened to anything off of Through Being Cool, just because when I think of Saves the Day, my first true dive into it album was Stay What You Are. I went back, checked out Can't Slow Down, checked out Through Being Cool, love all of them, but for openers, like...
Yeah.
Especially...
They are uniquely Saves the Day. They're like, it's familiar enough that like people like us were attracted to it, but it's, I don't know, nobody can do this but Saves the Day.
Yeah. I remember way back in the day when we read magazines, Matt, of getting a copy of AP, and it would have been some short anniversary, maybe 5 years of Stay What You Are. And I remember two things about reading the article, because it was celebrating other albums that had hit 5 years. And they're interviewing Chris, their singer. And Chris was talking about how actually when they were touring Through Being Cool, they got in this really, really bad van accident while touring. And it like just changed something about like, he's like, I'm changing how I'm writing songs moving forward. Like, we're going to write songs like this now. Just something occurred within him.
Huh.
And I thought it was super interesting. I'm like, wow, because like prior to that, he was still very lyrical, very kind of witty, intelligent about the lyrics he picked. But this one like steps it up for me. On the flip side, it is the moment that I stopped liking Sum 41, because they then interviewed Sum 41, and the entire article was Derek Whibley talking about how cool it was that they blew all of their signing money on coke. Where I'm like, okay, not quite the heartwarming story.
Right.
On anything
I mean,
like that.
At a certain point, I stopped liking Sum 41, but now hearing that, I think I might like that. No, I'm kidding. Sum 41 just doesn't have the depth for me.
Dude, the only song I can go back to is In Too Deep. I think it's the only song that holds up somewhat.
Yeah.
There's no part of me that goes, I want to listen to Fat Lip.
Before we get to starting line, how do you feel about The Offspring? I know it's like different, but I kind of, maybe it's just the bleach blonde hair, but how do you feel about The Offspring?
I truthfully have never dove deep beyond the singles of The Offspring. Yeah. I have never sat down and listened to Smash straight through or anything like that. The classic pre-Pretty Fly singles come on the radio. I go, good song. I go, yeah. I like them. I'm not fiending to listen to The Offspring.
No.
You know? Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I chose to put on an Offspring song.
Yeah.
I liked it back then because it was it was one of the things that it was my type of music on the radio. Yeah. So it was like, oh, cool. But for whatever reason, I just sort of I don't know, relate Sum 41 and The Offspring. I know they're a little bit different, and timeline just doesn't have the depth or the, I don't know. Yeah, it just seems like an act.
I see what you mean. I know what you mean. Well, that was the same. You put it in a good way. It was like when Good Charlotte came out, and I went, "Oh, in quotes, my music is getting popular. I like this." And then as time went on, I went, "Oh, they're not that good, actually."
Yeah. Simple Plan. I don't know.
Yes, stuff like that too.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, I could do an episode on the starting line. They are, I'm going to pause for a second to make sure I don't feel differently about this, but I think I told you this in the past. They are my favorite drive-through band.
Yeah.
The second is Newfound. I'll give it to them. Something about the starting line fits in that bucket that we were talking about last time, where I go, there's a lot of bands I love, but there's a small pocket of bands that make me go, not only do I love you, but man, I wish I was in this band so badly, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just, they write the songs that I would love to write, kind of thing. It's unbelievably melodic pop punk. You can sing along with this entire album front to back. And outside of that, I love Kenny, their singer. He's just, I've talked with him a few times when I've seen him live and things like that. I have to tell you a great story of when, did you go to the Drive-Thru Invasion tour at Showplace Theater?
I don't have the memory that you have. Probably.
So it was nothing but drive-through bands. So it was like, openers were either, I think it was Senses Fail, Hidden in Plain View, Alistair, Homegrown. Starting line were the headliners. So I immediately walked into Showplace Theater, bought this starting line shirt, and I was with a friend of mine, and I had on my own found the three other members of the starting line. I found Tom, I found Matt, I found Mike. They all signed my shirt, and I go, I'm not going to find Kenny. I'm like, he's going to be going on any second now. And I remember I was standing there and I was watching, I was Alistair, and I just feel a shoulder, like someone grabbed my shoulder and pulled me. They go, get over here. And Showplace in the center, as you remember, had this ramp that goes up towards the exit. I still refer to it as this right now, like a golden god sitting at the top of the ramp is Kenny. I'm like, oh my God. So I have a shirt signed by all of them. I've never worn it. I got home and sealed it in a Ziploc bag.
Wow.
It's just, yeah. So that's where we're at now. But let's jump into this. When this album came out, actually, I'll say really quick, I was first introduced to Taking Back Sunday back when we were in the thick of our ska punk era. I went to go see Catch-22, also at Showplace Theater, and it was a Victory Records tour where...
It was definitely at that.
Hell yeah. And the headliner was Catch-22. They were huge in Buffalo. I don't know if they were big anywhere else, but Grade played, Student Rick, who I also love, played. Taking Back Sunday opened, and it was one of the handful of times where the opener made me go, who is this? Because this is unbelievable, kind of thing.
Ooh, that's like another good like category / topic for another episode. Like, bands you discovered as openers that like blew your fucking mind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have a similar memory of that. I was absolutely at that show, and this, I don't know if I had heard any of this prior, or but I just remember being like, what is this, and why is this not massive? Why is this not everywhere? Why, how do I, this is still in semi-regular rotation for me. This album, at least songs off of this album. Dear God, I hope they never take away the little, hiss,
Dude, years ago, Alex pointed the hiss out to me because I'd never noticed it. Now
really?
I can't not notice it. So.
Yeah. Oh, I hope they never, that's one, don't ever remaster that. Just leave it. It's part of the song.
Yeah. You can tell when Adam's vocals are about to come in because the hiss comes into play.
Yep. Streetlight.
This is one of the songs that was not on the original me adding it to the playlist. This is one of the ones that I mentioned where I went, I feel bad that this or Catch-22 Dear Sergio is not on this, because both of those I think are also just those type of songs where, like, you want to know to a degree everything you need to know about Streetlight, just listen to this opening track right here. I've tried to describe it before where, like, Streetlight is all about, like, peaks and valleys in the best way, where they know when, like, all right, we're going to pull back. The verse is going to be, like, really straightforward. But there's not many people like Streetlight that feels like when a big chorus hits or something of that nature, where it's like a damn freight train hitting you, where, like, I'm like, these guys are, like, just absolutely cooking right now.
Yeah. I mean, talk about drummers who were just, like, out of their mind, like, better than anybody else in their genre. Like this, I don't even know this guy's name, honestly, and I feel a little bad that I don't. But I mean, unfortunately, like, you're in a band with Thomas. What's his last name? Yeah. You know, brilliant dude who is just, like, I don't know. There's something like something about the way he writes. And, unbelievable. I mean, this is also one, like, this is one where I remember where, not necessarily where I was, but I remember listening to this for the first time and being like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like it had been so long since Keasby Nights, and it was just like, he's back.
Yeah.
Like, our ska savior is back, and, like, god damn, like, he's great. Didn't this come out, like, right around the same time? What's the one Catch-22 album? I can picture the.
Is it the? Okay, so it's Keasby Nights, Alone in a Crowd, Dinosaur Sounds, and is it called 99 Songs of a Revolution or something like that?
I mean, I remember that. I was gonna say Dinosaur Sounds, though.
Yeah.
I feel like this. What this came out in what? 03 or 04?
Oh, right around.
Yeah.
That era. I'll say it very well could have been you that told me about Streetlight, because someone during the band era went, yeah, man, Streetlight. And I remember going, I don't know what you're talking about. They're like, it's the guy from Catch-22. And immediately went, well, now you gotta tell me about it. Hang on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now I'm in. Really quick on Everything Went Numb as the album as a whole. There are a small handful of albums, that being one, Jimmy Eat World Futures being another, and then actually the number one fan album that I talked about earlier. When I had first met Chelsea, she was going to school hours away in Ithaca, and I used to take the Greyhound bus to see her, and I would listen to those albums over and over again. It just makes me think of, like, going to see her kind of thing too.
That's love right there. Greyhound bus. Yeah.
I did not have a car, so.
Also, I got to point out, I think it was last week I mentioned, or maybe it was on a different call that we were on, but Ian Wilkie, I'm Hungry for Turkey t-shirt.
Yes.
Ithaca is gorgeous. Did he have that, or was that you?
I had it.
Yeah, that was you. All right.
And I custom printed it because it was just, you could pick your t-shirt blank and then whatever color you want. Of course, black shirt, tight as can be. And then neon pink, Ithaca is gorgeous on it. Yeah. But, hey, now that we're halfway through this, Blue Album, looking back on it, maybe someone started getting me going in the you might want to start a band kind of thing. But I didn't realize it fully at the time. It took Dude Ranch to occur for me to go, okay, that's what I want to do. That's the kind of music I want to play kind of thing. But Weezer Blue Album was quite possibly one of the first times as a kid breaking away from the, I'll say, bad habit of only listening to singles. I would buy an album and only listen to the 2 or 3 songs and go, that's all I need to know kind of thing. Where I remember listening to this whole thing, I go, wow, an album can be good the whole way through.
I got 2 things about this. I guess I probably like knew whatever the hit off of, like the radio single. But yeah, like definitely Dude Ranch, Dookie, and then my cousin Josh, I remember, was like, "Oh, dude, you gotta like listen to Weezer." And I just remember being like, "Oh, this is not that. It's something completely different." But I love this.
Yeah.
And then many years later, and we'll get to this in just a moment. Many years later, and still somehow many years ago, we're at that point in our lives where whatever. My cousin Josh and I were like, hey, let's actually, I don't know whose idea it was. It may have been my Uncle Dave, may have been my Uncle Bud, but my Uncle Dave, my Uncle Bud, myself, and my cousin Josh, and for a period of time, my cousin Devin, who's like on the other side of the family, on my other side of the family, started a cover band, and then very quickly realized half of us were only talented enough to play like Weezer songs.
Yeah.
And like we played like Sex and Candy a lot because it's just like drop dead simple. Don't have to work very hard.
Did you drum?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were doing something else that I'm like, oh no, he can actually.
Well, and my Uncle Bud had never played bass in his life.
Yeah.
And he just like picked up a bass, and most Weezer songs, if you have rhythm.
Yeah,
totally missed Elvis Costello, dude.
Do you want to pause really quick?
Yeah, throw that back on, or I don't know.
No. So
Elvis, I added Elvis Costello. Kind of, it was one of the last ones, and then I moved it all the way up because I was like, he's kind of, in a lot of ways, like and I've never really thought about this, but almost like Godfather or whatever whatever you want to call it, of like a lot of the alternative rock / kind of poppier punk stuff.
Yeah.
I've always loved Elvis Costello. I have fairly young parents, so like my dad was into this and a lot of like new wave stuff, like the Cars and in the 80s. I love this song, and I hope I'm not putting my foot in my mouth, but I believe this is his first album. So like, not only is it an intro to this album, it's an intro to Elvis Costello and this uniquely energetic music that in 1977 didn't have a comparable, right? Like there was punk rock, there was rock and roll, there was garage band rock from the 60s, Question Mark of the Mysterians, and I can't think of anybody else, but this was him. This was Elvis Costello. Only Elvis Costello could be Elvis Costello.
Oh, yeah.
Are you? I mean, I assumed you like them, and
I've never deep dove, but I am obviously well aware of them. I've heard things here and there.
Yeah, I only discovered them maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, and this was the first song I heard, and I was like, oh my God, give me more of this. What is this? I love this. This is so just like Midwest emo stuff. I think whenever that, 10 years ago, I think I was, like, I don't know, going through a phase there where I was deep diving on a lot of those bands that I'd missed out on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just because it didn't get to us, right? Something about this is just, it's chaotic,
but
it's a controlled chaos, and it's just, I love it.
I went through a similar thing, and that's probably in the same era of me going like, I should probably check out this band that I've heard of. Same with like Promise Ring, Texas is the Reason, all those kind of bands of that era. And I don't know what it was that it never got presented to us. I don't know if it was timing or really people around us didn't listen to them all that much. But I feel like in the moment we missed the boat a little bit on them.
Well, and I mean, back then, geography did matter. Like where you were in the world to some degree, if it wasn't a band that was on all the radio stations, you just might not have found it, even if they were just, I'm going to assume they're from somewhere in the Midwest,
probably. I don't know if
I would almost bet my life on it, but I'm going to.
They're from Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
There you go.
There you go.
Look at that. Dude, when you said Buffalo, I was like, no. I guess I was stuck in Cheektowaga.
Kim Jazz was in Buffalo?
Yeah. Right. But no, this is just, like, it's so good. I love this part of this because it's like, you remember, like, CDs or tapes, like, you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't have the little bar, like, indicating, oh, the song's not over. So you're like, I love shit like that. I love little, I don't know. It's not the same, but I had Waiting Room by Fugazi on here, and that stop where and it's just stop, and it's like I love when people do that because it's just, I don't know, it adds something unique to a song. I don't know. But
there's always something that I've always kind of found, I guess it's funny, at a live show, when there's a song that that has a false ending like that, and there's always 10 people who are like, and the rest of the crowd's like, we're not done yet. We got like 45 more seconds to go.
I'm cooler than you.
Yeah. I knew not to clap because we're not done.
Yeah. Look at me. Did you ever get into this band?
Not much. Brett liked them back in the day. I will say I'm more familiar with the Mars Volta.
Yeah, okay. Boy, Mars Volta. I haven't listened to them in a long time. That was, for me, that was like an FYE band. I remember when that, like, whatever the album's called, came out, and I was just like, oh, this is good for my ADHD brain, my undiagnosed ADHD brain. There's so much chaos going on. I love this. This is similar, right? Like, it, I just, something about it just soothes me, which is odd, I guess. But and I also do think, like, between the two of us, you tend more to like the pop punk and I mean, don't get me wrong, I do too, but the more melodic stuff, and I definitely like punk, like the harder punk, the post-punk stuff.
Which is something even I noticed on even just the last episode, where I go, there's an interesting thing going on, and I do love it, because otherwise we would have 25 drive-through record songs on here. But you do, I feel the same way. I don't dislike this stuff whatsoever, but you live a little bit more in the harder punk, living in the chaos world kind of thing, and boy, do I love like a really polished pop punk song kind of thing.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
and I do as well. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's different moods that I get into, and different. I mean, I go through like these, like I hate to say phase because we keep talking about emo, and it's like, oh, it's not a phase, But like, I will get into something, even if like 10 years ago I may have been into it, and I just haven't listened to like that genre and like like all of those bands, and I'll just listen to nothing but that for sometimes as long as like a year or two, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like I can remember probably 15 years ago getting really into like 60s, I said it earlier, 60s like garage bands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, and like the bands that were kind of close to like what was popular but was edgier, grungier, and it's stuff that like a lot of people don't recognize or even know these days, right? And it's just funny because of it, like that's kind of like the through line. Like those are the bands that influenced people that ended up whatever.
Yeah.
That was a bad thought. I didn't think it through all the way. It was
What
a
if
good
I told
thought,
you?
badly worded.
What if I told you I know the name Foxy Shazam? I have never listened to a song.
Really?
Yeah. Just never got placed in front of me.
I included this. I mean, one, because I was scrolling and I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, the album is called Introducing Foxy Shazam. The song is Introducing Foxy. And it's like, dude, this is it. This is buckle the fuck up.
Yeah,
is what they say. And I love, and you probably couldn't hear it, but the like announcer type guy that was in the fine young gentleman, blah 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 blah, and like the first lyric is "kill everyone here." And I, honestly, until today, I never actually noticed that. I was like, oh, that was probably meant to be funny, Like,
oh yeah.
This band, I know exactly who told me about this band. I know exactly where I was. I can picture the couch I was sitting on. I had an apartment with my friend Danielle Neary and her boyfriend at the time on Kaufman off of Harlem Road. And Mark Fell. I haven't thought of that name in a long, long time. He went to Cleve Hill, a few years younger than me. I think he was friends with my, the boyfriend, the roommate boyfriend. That's weird. And he put this on and he was like, oh dude, like you got to listen to this. And I was like, yeah, you were absolutely right. This is face melting and ultra energetic and just super fun to listen to. Whole album is like this. They don't take a break almost at all. This is one of the most intense live shows I have ever seen, as you can imagine.
I was actually going to ask you if you've seen him live, because it sounds like it'd be incredible.
This dude is genuinely batshit crazy, probably hooked on coke or some sort of amphetamine, at least at that time. Because, just all over the place. I remember I saw him at Mohawk Place once, the first time I saw them. He was like crawling up the walls and all over the place, swinging off of his mic cord, off of plumbing,
Dude, all right. Dame Era
should have been all over and popular, and nobody,
Did you ever come to any of the shows when we would play with them, when Sleepaway would play with them?
I'm sure I did, yeah.
I loved and also hated it.
Yeah, because you were like, we're not as good as them.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to like.
No, you are spot on. I loved that. I went, oh my god, these guys like us enough to ask us to play with them, but then then realization would come in and they'd start playing. And I go, these guys are light years ahead of us on like skill level, technicality of instruments.
Yeah,
and
really well written songs too.
Yes.
Though. Like a lot of the time, like I mean, I don't know that like you would classify this in with like that math rock explosion of like 2 or 3 years at that time, but there's definitely some of that in there, you know, like the odd time signatures and whatnot. But a lot of those bands were like really technical, really cool to listen to as a musician, and like go, wow, I'm never gonna be like that. I wish I could.
Yeah.
I appreciate this stuff, but the songs were like not super well written or whatever. Composed. This whole album is just filled with incredibly written songs and just super fun. I don't know if this is available on Spotify now. I put it on here. I had to get it from Ian. This is going to become like, we're going to have Ian on, actually, I think.
I've already thought of like other people too, where we do need a guest from time to time.
Yeah.
Not that we couldn't do it, but I'd love to. People in our orbit, in our bubble, like we were saying, like they're such big parts of us discovering some of these bands.
Right. Yeah. Right. During COVID, right at the start, I was, like everybody, just sitting around, listening to music, doing whatever, eating a lot of junk. Hostess snack cakes. That was my thing. And I couldn't find this anywhere. Like even like I like retaught myself how to do like uTorrent and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't done it in years. I couldn't find it anywhere. I messaged Ian for whatever reason, and I was just like, dude, do you have that still? Like I know I had it on CD, but all my CDs are long gone. And he's like, yeah, I do, but I don't have a CD drive for my MacBook. And I think he bought one, like used for like $30 and sent it to me in like a Google Drive. And then I put it on. Yeah. This. Are you confused by it?
I'm just intrigued why this over Burnout, because I almost put Burnout on here.
So I almost put Burnout on here as well, mostly because Dookie starts with a D and this starts with an N when I was scrolling. Anyways, when I got to this one, I was like, actually, if I'm being totally honest with myself, this is my favorite Green Day album.
Nice.
This Green Day album made a bigger impact on me than I think Dookie did.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, I just love the way this song starts, and it's like a punch in the face, like literally, like the drums, Trey Cool sounds like he's like just punching you in the face through the speakers. I've always loved just like Trey's, because he's not like incredible. I'm sure he's a lot better than he, comes through. He's just so solid, solid, and big and powerful drumming. The bass just complements the drums and vice versa just so well. And then just like the crunchy distortion on the guitar is just like nobody's ever had quite the Green Day distortion. I mean, I'm sure they make a pedal, you know.
I also feel like Trey, especially even in this era of Nimrod coming out, and I think you'll know what I mean by this, he might have been one of the drummers who still went, nope, I'm still going to do eighth notes on the hi-hat, where everybody was backing up into quarter notes kind of thing. He's like, no, I'm going to go like this still, where like, and it, I'm preaching the choir here. Drums so wildly change the feel of any song.
Oh God, yeah.
If he did quarter notes, it would sound different. And I know that's a minor change, but like there's something about him hitting the hi-hat and the ride in time with them strumming, like that, just like the synchronization of it is just so driving. Yeah.
It's almost like it's almost like transparent glue in the song, you know?
Exactly.
So this is one I'm almost positive you're not like familiar with. I mean, like, I know you know of Bad Religion. People know, you know. Did you ever listen to Bad Religion?
Only, and tell me if the album name is wrong, Suffer?
Yeah.
Only
Which
Suffer.
is like their,
which was like their hit, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd always liked Bad Religion a whole lot. This was just, I mean, this just happened to come out at a time where I was starting to like really question a lot of the beliefs that I inherited, right?
Yeah.
That you know, that were bestowed upon me, you know, through going to Catholic grade school. Like, I didn't know anything, you know. And I want to say this came out in around 2002. And I can remember being on like the bus to Canisius High School and being like, I've liked punk rock for a long time. I've even gotten into some, like, a lot of like the really, you know, harder punk, the punker punk. This is different. And just listening to like the lyrics, I don't know, something about it. Like Greg Graffin, like, just a brilliant dude. I mean, he has a PhD and I think it's like something weird. It's like zoology and evolution or something like that. But just super smart dude. And I remember at that time I read a book called Is Belief in God Good, Bad, or Indifferent, or what? I don't know. And the book was actually just a collection of an email dialogue between Dr. Greg Graffin and I don't know if he was a priest, but he was a theologian. And, you know, so like, yeah, and they just argue, you know, not like cordially argue, you know, like they weren't like, you know, and they just debated, right? And it was really interesting. And Craig Graffin has a lot to do with me, not only not believing in God, but like being a pretty staunch atheist. I don't tell any, you know, like I'm not like that guy that's like, you know,
hey,
like,
guess
you're
what?
an idiot, you know. I'm like, whatever. If it brings you peace and happiness to believe in a God, yeah, good, you know, good on you, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Greg Graffin, one of my.
I don't think this was on the list I sent you, but I hovered over Cherub Rock at one point also as an opener. But I forgot to tell you another thing I put in my own head. And Smashing Pumpkins is a perfect example where I went, oh man, Tonight. But I went, it's technically not track 1. Tonight is track 2. There is these little intro prior to that. And also I felt the same way about Thursday's Understanding in a Car Crash. I went, it's technically track 2, because I almost put that on here too. Is it an opener? Yeah,
I almost feel like Thursday's
stingy.
closer to it being, because that first is like, I don't know. That's all, like, always been like almost a skip for me. Like, I'm just like, no.
Yeah, you're like, I don't need to hear the feedback lead up.
Yeah, like pitter patter.
Yeah.
You know, come on. So I almost did a similar thing with Catalyst.
Yeah.
Because of but because, like, it's almost like that could have just very well been a part of the same song,
all part of it. And they also play the two live all the time, one after another.
Yeah.
Where I do agree, it should have just been the same thing, because they do flow perfectly into each other. But they have never played quote unquote intro on its own and then went, all right, next up, here's hit or miss kind of thing.
Right. You wouldn't. It reminds me of it's not an intro song, but Brain Stew and Jaded, like, those two just go together. Like, they can't be separated. I can't imagine Green Day's ever played those two songs separate. It pisses me off if a radio station plays Brain Stew and then it does, like, it's almost like, oh, okay, I gotta leave wherever I am right now and go listen to it, just to, like, all right, okay, I'm good. A lot of, and I think we talked about AFI last week a little bit, but most of AFI's albums have like a little intro to it that are all definitely a part of the first song, but technically, we were both right to not include those things.
So. I was being extra strict, because then otherwise my list would have been easily at 100, maybe.
Right. I put this on, and I kind of waffled a little bit. I almost took it off. I think it's an incredible song, incredible intro song. I left it on because I truly believe that Smashing Pumpkins are among the most important bands of the last 50 years.
Oh yeah.
Like, love him or hate him, Billy Corgan, like, a lot of people think he's an asshole. Like, I don't know, whatever. I love his art, It's like Chevy Chase. Like, yeah, he can be a dick to whoever he wants, as long as it's not me. As long as he keeps making me laugh, I love him. And also, I don't know if you've seen him on, like, TikTok in the last 2 or 3 years. Seems like he's gotten to be nicer and, like, realized maybe I shouldn't be such a douchebag all the time. Yeah. People don't like that when I do that. So.
Super quick, I don't want to talk over Pet Shop Boys too much, but one of my favorite things ever was seeing Billy Corgan perform. There we go. Billy Corgan perform on a Disney Christmas special and singing Silver Bells, I believe it was, where I go, all right, man. But anyway, hit me with Pet Shop Boys. You're wearing their shirt. Is this the one for you? Is this like a first one that popped into your head?
What do you mean?
Like where you're like intro songs, you're like, it's got to be this.
No, this wasn't. But I guess I've expressed to you how much I absolutely love Pet Shop Boys and think that they're, like, criminally underrated. It actually wasn't. I had this on here, like, after probably 10 or 15 songs, like, through my first pass through. And then I took it off because I was like, it doesn't really fit with everything else. And then right towards the end, about 2 hours ago, I was like, you know what? I'm putting it on there. Mostly because I took off the sweatshirt that I had been wearing and was like, oh, I'm wearing the shirt today. So I should. Also, I want more people that didn't, like, I don't know, whatever, like, not grow up in the 80s, but, like, weren't, I don't want to say peaking in the 80s, but, like, become adults in the 80s. I want more people that didn't become adults in the 80s to know about Pet Shop Boys and how lovely so much of their music is, and just like how it's unique. This is singularly Pet Shop Boys. Like,
yeah,
their sound is, there's Depeche Mode and, you know, a lot of like those kind of whatever bands, not really new wave. I forget who it was, and I think I may have mentioned this to you. Who was it? I think it might have been my buddy Tristan. Recently was like, yeah, I could never really get into them. I could never really get past the fact that there's no guitar. And I was like, holy shit.
I don't know if I ever put that together.
There's no guitar.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. It really makes sense. They were kind of in that like dance, like, you know, UK like rave dancey, just so catchy and so, it's like almost everything is delightful and yet macabre and kind of depressing at the same time. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Alex and I have said numerous times in our lives that if we could rewrite songs from back in the day, we would, because we think the perfect combo is very upbeat, fun instrumentals, but wildly crushing, depressing lyrics sung in a fun way.
Yeah.
Like that's such like a sweet spot kind of thing where I'm like, I know exactly what he means. I could think of bands like that. The first time I ever played Tiger's Jaw for him, if you know who that is, he's like, oh, that's the combo. He goes, these are very like good songs, like get you up and moving kind of thing. But he's like, if you read the lyrics on their own, he's like, they are depressing.
I love that. That's another, maybe that's another episode.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we bring Alex. I haven't talked to Alex in 20 years.
Oh yeah.
In a long time. So, wow, excuse me, we'll have to cut that out.
That's all right.
I don't know what else to say about.
We can't cut out Pet Shop Boys. We got a lot of flow.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's all good though.
Yeah.
I'd never dove too deep, but I gotta tell you,
no, most people haven't, especially our age, like, and even people, like 50, 55, like, I don't think most people have, but I love them. Just so much. This is one. Are you a Peter Gabriel guy?
I am. I've never gone too deep into it, but anything I've ever heard, I go, I dig it. I'm also a big Genesis fan, and that is Peter and Phil. I celebrate the catalog kind of thing. So just for that reason alone, too, I go, well, dude, you started off a band that I love, so I respect the hell out of you for that.
Yeah, I mean, he was only on like the first album, wasn't he? Or how? He wasn't around.
It was a short run.
Yeah.
But like, anyway.
Peter Gabriel. This I almost went with what's the song called? Red Rain, or from So, and I was like, yeah, everybody knows this song, and that's fine, but this album has a very like nostalgic and special place in my heart. Not for anything like all that heartwarming or anything, my dad loved it. My dad loved Genesis. He loved Peter Gabriel, and he played this a lot. I can remember like early 90s, like this was on all the time, and it's like, other than like my dad, me, and probably my brother, it's nobody else's favorite Peter Gabriel album, but I threw this on and I was like, yeah, oh yeah, this is a great opening song. This is a great intro song. It did not occur to me. It's never occurred to me that this is a 7-minute song.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Wow. It's funny because at like the top when I was like apologizing for picking 12 and not being able to cut back any further, I almost said like several of my songs are under 2 minutes long. Well, under 2.5 minutes long. You know?
I mean, we listened to Elvis Costello with ease twice, so it was easy to digest. It went down.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a long song. I've always liked Peter Gabriel's just like it's almost like it's unapologetic. I feel like I've been saying like unique a lot, but he's like I don't know, like the rhythm, the drums. It's I don't know what is that like. It's almost like African or like you can. I mean, I can picture myself on like in the savannah, and like I just like he's just weird. Like I love how weird he is. Mm-hmm. Do you remember any of his videos from like the late 80s, early 90s? Like they were like he had that one, I forget what, it's one of his hits. It's like computer generated, like, and like that was brand new at that time, and it was like it was like his head, and like things were like snakes were like going into his ears and out his eyes. And
was it Sledgehammer? Or was it something else? Yeah.
Which is on this album.
Let's see.
This is just great viewing / listening for our massive audience. Two guys Googling something.
It has to be this one. I'm looking at photos, and yeah, this is the one. It was Sledgehammer.
Yeah. And that and that was like just at a time where I was like I mean, my dad was a very early adopter of home computing. I mean, mid 80s, like he had a computer. I had a computer before most families in America had a computer, like a personal one. Mine was his old one, right? And I can remember like playing with whatever software we had to do like weird little, like, it wasn't really video editing, but like, and they weren't like full videos. It was like AVI files, I think. And like I can remember like one of the first ones was like, remember the Dancing Baby? Day Bow Bow. Was that? No, that wasn't Day Bow Bow. Whatever. Like I remember getting like a 30-second clip of like the Dancing Baby, and like that was like just awesome. And so like it, for whatever reason, Peter Gabriel, is probably just the Sledgehammer video, but like I relate it to like home computing in the early 90s and how much fun I had doing that, and playing games like Commander Keen and Dr. Quandary and 1992 PGA Tour golf.
Oh yeah. An aesthetic that we're chasing after.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I forgot that I had mentioned that. I love that aesthetic. It's amazing. So, anywho.
Speaking of the Genesis connection, I almost put, because it is track 1, I almost put Phil Collins in the Air Tonight on here, just because I'm like, but then it felt too on the nose. So I don't know. I kind of followed the path that you were like, I'd like to do at least something that perhaps
not only is it top 40, it's like, I hate to say it, overplayed, like, I mean, I think I could go the next 30 years without hearing that song again and not really miss it that much. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you hear it in movies, you hear it in, like everywhere.
You could play the whole thing in your head right now with ease. I'm sure, just like I could, where I'm like, I know every bit about that song without a doubt.
For sure. Absolutely. And here we are. The album that you didn't love, apparently.
I wasn't ready for transatlanticism when it came out. I'll admit it. Was it immediate for you?
Absolutely immediate. I remember buying this. I remember opening it, and that's something I want to talk about in a second. And I mean, this was in my red Astro van, like always, right? Like in the between the two chairs, I had a I don't know what the box was for, and also this was before like everybody had just Amazon boxes laying around everywhere.
Yeah,
it was just a small cardboard box about yay big, and I forget what was in the bottom of it, but there was like a couple of heavy things so it wouldn't like go all over the place, and I would rotate the CDs in there. This one always stayed in there. This came out at a time where I was working part-time as a pizza delivery boy, and my whole job was, as you might guess, driving to people's houses and delivering them pizzas. A 19 or probably 18, 19-year-old kid from the suburbs, that's a great job if you're into listening to music and eating leftover pizza that never got picked up and smoking a ton of weed. Like that was like the perfect job for me. I just drove around and smoked bowls and listened to this album constantly. This album also very distinctly autumn.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
There's a lot of albums that are kind of like that for me. A lot of albums are very distinctly summer, the first beautiful day of summer, I want to put on the Phoenix TX album and some tall socks and long dickies and a skin tight pop punk shirt and a flat brim, and like and maybe a cool like belt buckle.
Large.
Big famous stars and straps or a Cadillac emblem. God, remember we used to wear those like
without question.
Like you had to have one on. Like I had a collection of belt buckles.
I think I only ever had one that I can recall, but it was a big star.
I can picture it on you.
But it was
white belt
with blue stars around it.
The belt I wore most often from like 2002 to 2004 or 5 was a belt. It was white and it had like kind of glitter on it, and it had random sized stars stamped out of it. Casey Ward gave it to me. It was her belt.
There you go.
And I wore it for years with a big belt buckle always.
With all the belt wearing we did of that era, and then I also had the canvas style belts then later that we would let drape, just kind of go bleh, I think I punched all the boxes on my belt wearing card. I haven't worn a belt in decades at this point.
Really?
I just don't, unless I'm dressing up with a suit.
Right. I wear them less. Do you wear jeans ever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get into that. Jeans almost always, have to have a belt. Jeans.
Interesting.
I can rock khakis without a without a belt. And I also wear a lot of, I know it's not in style anymore, but I don't give a shit. I wear a lot of joggers, like chino joggers, just because it's so easy. The problem with that though is that I'll wear nothing but joggers for 2 months straight.
Yeah.
And then I like put on a pair of khakis or jeans, and then I'm constantly like walking out of the bathroom, forgetting to have.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you haven't had the thought about it. Think about it
right.
for 60 plus days.
Right. Yeah. You know, so it's just like, whatever. Are you a Cure guy?
I am, but I would never wave a flag to go like, I am a Cure fan. Ask me whatever you want about them. I like what I hear. I appreciate everything they did. I know the hits, I'll be honest.
Yeah. No, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Cure are one of the greatest bands ever. I get it that it's not for everyone, because a lot of them are like a lot of their songs are like this, slow, and they build, and they're on the depressing side. Disintegration, this album, I think is one of the greatest albums ever written. So do the creators of South Park. I don't know if you remember that episode, Robert Smith versus Morrissey, and at like the end, I think I can't remember, because that was early, not early South Park, but early.
It had to be pre-season 5. Let's just loosely say that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think it was Cartman. He, at the end, he's like, it was somebody, one of the boys, right at the end of the episode, Disintegration's the greatest album ever written. And I remember being like, yeah, I agree. This was on my dad's CD shelf growing up, I gotta, not that he'll ever watch this, because they're supportive, but not that supportive, my parents, but I gotta give him a shout out. Like, he definitely shaped a lot of my music taste and my desire to branch out. Also, this album, I don't know that I would say got me through like my first like big breakup, because I think in a lot of ways it actually kept me down,
which I could see,
but no, I listened to it constantly. When me and Crystal Minnick broke up, and I can remember, it was during the summer. To be fair, it was high school, so we broke up like 4 or 5 times. But I had a summer job at a company called Science Kit. It was in Tonawanda. They were like a I don't know, like science, like lab equipment. Not manufacturer, like just like a distributor of that. They had a big catalog, like all the science classes. It was, like your science rooms, you use Science Kit stuff. My Aunt Kate got me the job, and I remember, like, I look back on that and I feel bad for her, because she would come and pick me up every morning from my mom and dad's house. She had a very cool a 1963 or 5 baby blue Mustang, which was like, it's just very Aunt Kate, and like the first week, everything was great. We were like windows down, chatting, on the way to work together. And then like me and Crystal broke up, and then I was like depressed and like emo and sad for like the whole summer. And I look back on it, and I'm like, oh, poor Aunt Kate. She had to like deal with me, like hey kid, like get over it, like it's not that bad. It's your high school girlfriend. You're supposed to break up,
But at the moment, it was monumental,
devastating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Cure, just locked you into that pattern right there. Yeah.
Dude, that whole album's so good. It's I mean, I definitely recommend, like, especially on like a gloomy, rainy day when you don't really feel like doing anything. You know, you're looking at Netflix or whatever, and you're like, I don't even want to watch anything. Just throw it on, listen to it straight through. That's a front to back album for sure. Many of the Cure's albums are. The Cure is still releasing music also.
Oh yeah.
And like, I love it. And Robert Smith is sticking to the shtick. Also, he fucking hates Morrissey, and good on you, Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Morrissey, seems like a dick, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Everything I've heard, I went, I kind of see why you wouldn't like him. So.
Right. So.
Do you recall, if I say the name, Lena Militello?
No, but I know that she works at Mongoose.
So I remember she also went to Maryvale too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Valley Victorian, right?
If Lena was, apologies, I didn't realize it.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but I feel like she was like top 1 or 2.
Not that I'm saying that she couldn't. I just truly do not know. I did not know that, if that's the case. Huge Cure fan. That kind of fan too, where she's like, I don't like when they play the hits live.
Yeah.
And she's gone to see them kind of recently. She just said it was just like tears the whole time, just because she's like, they're still incredible kind of thing. So she loves them too. Shout out to Lena. Just the second I saw the Cure come up, like, there's certain bands that you even just see the name and you go, you always makes me think of you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah. The Smiths and Morrissey always make me think of Adrian Dana.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She loves that man. But
she kind of married him. Did you ever see her husband now?
Looks just like him.
I mean, he's a super handsome dude.
Yeah.
In that, like, he's not like, manly, but he's got like a, like, I feel like you smell like leather or like some sort of oil, like,
oh yeah.
I always hate, like, she would always try to, put on the Smiths, and I was like, no, fuck that.
Yeah. I don't want to listen to the Smiths. Yeah.
I'm the dude from the Big Lebowski, but my Eagles are the Smiths. Also, my Eagles are kind of the Eagles.
Over time, I'll hear something come on and I go, nah, I don't think you guys are actually that good. And the more I think about it, they're in that bucket where I go, man, I don't know if it was the right place, right time. And you guys just, no pun intended, took off or anything like that. But man, I don't know if it's justified. Kind of
thing. Right. Great harmonies.
Yeah.
And honestly, all of them, I like them all. Like, I mean, I don't love any of their solo stuff, but I like all of their solo stuff better than the Eagles, And it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, you see them like singing and like all together on stage, and it's just like, kind of, you just seem whack, seem lame. Then there's the opposite. Did you ever get into ELO?
No, but you and I have talked about ELO in the past.
Oh,
not crazy past, but you've mentioned them. You said the same thing, like, oh, ELO, and I self-admittedly, I go, I know they exist. I've never. It's going to be my recurring line on the show. Never dove too deep.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do that. You can log your time and teamwork for that. Listen to ELO. That was one. Yeah, that was one that it was like, they were never really on my radar. And if they came on, I was like, nah. And when I married Kristen. Got to know her dad, my father-in-law, who I love quite a bit, and he loves them, and he got me into them, and I was like, wow, I was so wrong about this band. They are so good.
Oh yeah.
Not the same, but also Steely Dan. But I think that's just more of like I became a dad, and I like just had to listen to Steely Dan now. So
your first child arrived, and then someone just handed you a CD of Steely Dan. It just comes with the territory.
Yeah, reminds me of a line from I think Wayne's World 2. It comes in the mail with samples of Tide. Peter Frampton comes alive.
Frampton comes alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think everybody is long gone by now. If anybody was listening,
it's just us. That's all right, though.
We're doing this for us, you know.
Yeah. If anyone else wants to ride along, we appreciate it. We love you.
Also, we should say, like, we're talking about, like, oh, maybe we'll bring Ian on, or you know, whoever. We should just put it out there, like anybody that does see this and wants to meet us and chat and maybe even record an episode. Let's do it. I swear we're not as like cool and intimidating as we seem. We're much nicer, you know, in real life.
Yeah.
So
we'll talk in a little bit, just because I can think of a few people that I think would be great guests on here. Past coworkers, some friends of mine. We'll have some friends from our past, like Ian, join us and things like that. But yeah,
do you think you would? I think you would be like, I'm too busy.
I would be amazed if he joined. I would love for him to join.
Same.
But if he has the ability to carve out even an hour of time with us, I would take, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I would love it. And I would love for him to play Limp Bizkit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome,
right,
dude.
Well.
Hey, that was intros. We will figure out the next episode for you. But thanks for watching. If you're sticking around this long, it's been Mike and Matt in the morning. We'll see you on the next one. Later.
See ya.